In this video, we're going to be doing some beginner stretching, so go ahead and find some space and spread out. We're going to start with a light warm-up by marching. When we do these marches, we're going to add a twist in the upper body, finding our maximum rotation. We want to bring the rib cage with us, not just moving in the shoulders, while also keeping our hips facing forward. During this video, we're going to be doing each exercise for 30 seconds before we move on to the next one. While we do these marches, we want to make sure that we're maintaining an easy breath and a steady pace. Next up, we're going to be doing jumping jacks. When we do these jumping jacks, we want to make sure we're jumping nice and high and landing in a deep plie. Every time we plie, our heels should be firmly planted on the floor. Finding coordination with the arms and legs is really important while we warm up not just our lower body, but also our upper body. The next exercise we're going to be doing are 90-90 lunges, marching forward every time. As we do these lunges, we want to make sure that our knees are at 90-degree angles, both the front and the back, and that we're driving through the ball of the foot and the back foot every time we bring our feet together. Making sure that we're controlling our weight while we step forward and keeping the pelvis in a neutral position by engaging through our core. Next up, we're moving on to the stretching portion by doing a forward fold with our feet planted together. While we do this, we want to focus on stretching through the backs of our legs, from your hamstrings all the way down to your calves. During this stretch, we want to relax in our neck so the top of our head is pulling us down towards the floor while gravity is assisting us in this stretch. Next up, we're going to widen our stance and continue this forward fold. Again, we want to make sure that our hamstrings are being stretched, but this stretch should also engage through our inner thighs as well. In order to maximize the stretch, you could grab onto the backs of your ankles and pull your torso between your legs, or you could maintain the stretch just as I am. Next up, we're going to turn and face the right, stretching forward, making sure we square off our hips while we have our right foot in front of our left. Your feet should be completely parallel to the wall next to you, and you should be stretching through that back left leg. Both of your heels should be planted firmly on the floor, and your head is pulling your body down towards the floor in a hamstring stretch for that right leg. Next up, we're going to send the back leg even further back into a runner's lunge, stretching through our psoas and our hip flexors, keeping a 90-degree angle in the front knee, and extending all the way through the spine and the top of the head. Your hands should be on either side of your front leg. And next up, we're going to drop that back knee to the floor and lift the chest as we sit up and stretching out the hip flexors even more in a psoas stretch. While we do this, we want to keep the chest nice and lifted and making sure we're sending the hips all the way down into the floor.
Up next, we're going to stretch our front knee, send the hips back, and place our hands on either side of our leg. This is going to increase that hamstring stretch that we've already had. We want to make sure that in our lower lumbar spine, we're really elongating as far as we can, imagining like we're going to touch our belly button all the way to our kneecap. We want to make sure that our hips are nice and squared off while we do this and we're not opening them to the front. Our next stretch, we're going to go into a pigeon, tucking that front foot forward. While we do this, we want to sit up really nice and tall in our chest, making sure we're at a right 90-degree angle with our front foot, stretching out the hip flexor in that back leg and the piriformis in our front leg. Next up, we're going to flip our hips to the front and we're going to do a half straddle stretch. We're going to turn and face our knee, imagining like we're going to touch our nose down to our knee, and if you can achieve that, we're going to try to get our nose all the way to the floor. While we do this, we want to make sure that our right knee is pressing open and down into the floor and not coming up. Next up, we're going to extend both of our legs out to the side of us into a full straddle stretch. While we do this, we want to keep our knees facing the ceiling. If it's easier for you to see by flexing your feet, you're more than welcome to, or you can point them all the way down. When we do this, the goal is that we're trying to get our belly button all the way down to the floor and really stretch out those inner thighs. Making sure you're checking in with your breathing here, taking deep breaths in and out. And lastly, we're going to tuck both of our knees into a little pretzel, crossing the left leg on top and stretching forward, stretching out those glutes. Ideally, we're crossing our legs at the knees, so you have one knee stacked right on top of the other. If you can't quite accomplish that yet, that's okay. Just go as far as you can. And lastly, we're going to plant that top foot on the floor, and we're going to stand up and unwind to face the left and do it all over again with this forward fold hamstring stretch. Reminding ourselves here that we're squaring off the hips, making sure they're facing down to the floor. Both feet are parallel, letting the head dangle down to the floor using gravity to help pull us down, and feeling that nice hamstring stretch in the left leg. Next up, we take our back knee even further back into a runner's lunge, keeping one hand on either side of that front leg. Nice straight line from the back heel all the way through the top of the head. Stretching through our hip flexors. Keeping a 90-degree angle in the front knee. And moving right along, we're going to drop that back knee, bring the chest up, and stretch out our hip flexors on the left. While we do this, we want to make sure we're pressing those hips down into the floor just like we did on the right, and keeping the chest lifted nice and proud. Hands are lightly resting on the knee in order to keep us balanced. If you're having trouble balancing, you can put both hands on the floor. Next up, we're going to send the hips back, stretch that front knee forward, and both hands go on either side of the leg. Again, we're trying to get the belly button pressed all